Welcome to this week's supply chain update, brought to you by Phoenix International. Starting with tariffs, Mexico announced duties of up to 50% on imports from China and other non-FTA countries beginning January 2026, while US-Indonesia trade talks remain unresolved and the existing 19% tariff remains in effect. President Trump also signaled potential new tariffs on Mexico related to water treaty compliance and warned of possible severe duties on Canadian fertilizer products. Turning to ocean freight, Trans-Pacific eastbound capacity remains in the mid-80% range with flat demand, keeping pressure on rates despite a December GRI attempt. Far East westbound markets are firming as European demand improves and congestion tightens effective capacity ahead of Lunar New Year, while transatlantic westbound demand remains weak, keeping rates near historic lows. Shifting to air freight, Asia's air freight market remains active as peak season demand continues to keep capacity tight across major hubs. Strong bookings persist across China, Taiwan, Vietnam, and Cambodia, while uplift remains limited across Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. Looking at Asia-Latin America lanes, Drewry's World Container Index rose 2% this week to $1,957 per 40-foot container, reflecting modest upward pressure in global benchmarks despite generally soft long-haul trade conditions. In broader trade news, Asia-Europe ocean bookings increased roughly 10% in early December as shippers secured space ahead of Lunar New Year, with stronger volumes expected to continue into January. Separately, U.S. supply chains are showing early signs of stabilization after a tariff-driven year, with fewer canceled sailings and more predictable schedules, even as uncertainty remains for 2026. And that concludes our update on the global supply chain. Thank you for joining us. We will continue to monitor these developments and keep you informed.